What's going on, gamers? It's Deeds, and we're back with another Diablo 4 video. And I wanted to go over Eyes in the Dark, the unique pants for the rogue, specifically for the Death Trap rogue. I really like these pants. I want to talk about them, clear some things up. Maybe people are confused whether these are good or not. Just a heads up, this is probably gonna be my last video of the month. I'm gonna be very busy this month. I'm gonna be away for a week for the holiday for 4th of July. After that, I'm gonna be away for 2 weeks on a business trip, be in India. So I'm not even gonna be here. Appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to hit the like on this video. If you're not subbed, make sure you hit the sub button. Let's get into it. So Eyes in the Dark, it just got small buff specifically for the unique passive. Unless it hits a boss or a player, Death Trap will continue to rearm itself until it kills an enemy. However, Death Trap's cooldown is increased now from 20% to 15%. It used to be from 30% to 15%, so they reduced down that variable. My opinion, that's actually a great change. It's only a 5% difference in cooldown addition to your Death Trap. What's really cool is that increase in cooldown really isn't that big of a deal at all, because specifically with Death Trap, and if you've been following any of my build guides from around like 50 all the way up to 100, your cooldowns with the build are significantly reduced, and you barely feel this effect at all. And then especially if you get cooldown reduction in any of your gear, it's going to stack on top of that. And then so basically you can pretty much reduce that 15% cooldown increase down with possibly even one piece of gear, more specifically maybe if you have on your amulet. So while injured, your potion also grants 45% movement speed for 2 seconds. Dodge chance provides shadow damage. Death Trap is shadow damage. 30% damage to elites, or up to 24 to 35%, excuse me. Damage to elites is great. 35% is nasty. That's like something you would get from a rare node in your Paragon board. And then damage to enemies affected by trap skills. This goes up to 21%. Bottom end, you get 10.5. This is also great. Fits right into the build. Absolutely fits right into the build. Now, what are these great for? These are pure DPS pants. The upside for these is you get to use your Death Trap. It's really good for speed runs and for leveling. They just recently buffed Nightmare Dungeons, and then I was around level 96, and then took me about 4 hours. I got to around level 98 and 3/4, and then another playing session I hit 100 today. It took about 2 hours of farming Nightmare Dungeons. I was farming around 50s, the low 50s, anywhere from 51 to 55. The downside to Eyes in the Dark is that you're going to lose a lot of damage reduction. Pants provide a lot of damage reduction affixes. Just straight up damage reduction, reduce damage from close enemies, reduce damage from injured enemies. You have straight up addition to your armor, maximum health. You're losing all of that. You're losing all of your defensive affixes in place for pants that are going to provide a nice offensive buff. So don't recommend wearing these if you're trying to push higher Nightmare Dungeons. I don't recommend using these if you're lacking DR elsewhere. Once you figure out your build, once you figure out where you can put your DR, where you can put your aspect of disobedience, not on your pants, then you can fit these in, and yeah, they're great. They're great for speedrunning. They're great for popping your Death Trap, killing a mob, and you move on to your next one. I was farming, like I said, around 50s and just speeding right through. You want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row when it comes to damage reduction.
That's quacktastic.
So you want to check your chest piece, possibly your amulet, probably, and then probably your helmet. Next 3 pieces where you can find damage reduction. Now, you're definitely going to want to use preparation in conjunction with your Death Trap build. Some use inner sight, some use combo points. Definitely want preparation. Preparation is going to be huge. And then especially because I'm not using any kind of umbral aspect. I just want to kind of show that you don't even need to really build into resource generation or energy regeneration. This build pretty much batteries itself, and it's very strong. It's a very strong option for your pants. Once you hit kind of that home stretch, and then you're just focusing and grinding on getting most experience you can in the shortest amount of time. You can take this out, you can field test it, show you guys how it works. Not much really has changed in my build. Pretty much the same trapper build I've always been using. I'm using swords now, guys. I'm using swords. One thing I do want to mention, this is very important. This is probably going to be my last rogue video focused solely on Death Trap. I've hit level 100. Now all I have left to do is kill Uber Lilith, and Death Trap is not a build that you want to be using for fighting Uber Lilith. The damage is just way too small. So I'm going to be respecking my entire build, gutting it. I'm going to Poison Imbuement. I have to level up one more glyph. I think it's level 15. I have to get it. My tracker glyph, I have to get it up to 21. And yeah, that's it. That's the life of the rogue. You're going to play Death Trap from 50 pretty much all the way up until you level 100, and then you're going to have to respec into Poison Imbuement, Twisting Blades to take out Uber Lilith, if that's a goal of yours to take her out. And it's of mine. So this is it. This is grand finale. Let's get into a dungeon to show you guys how it works, how nice it is, how fast it is. Excuse me. We'll do a 44. It's nice, quick and easy. Quick with it. One thing I am missing, changed my boots up a little bit. I don't have +3 to evade charges on my boots, and kind of hate it. So until I get a better pair of boots, we're stuck with just 75% faster movement speed after you evade, which it's okay, but 3 evade charges is definitely the way to go. But yeah, dude, slide it in. Shadow Step, Poison Trap. We added in an Edge Masters aspect. Usually always topped off with this build, just because cooldowns with exposure and preparation just allow you to have the most uptime on your cooldowns. And essentially, that's the better way to play. When you have a lot of cooldown skills, you want to focus on cooldown reduction, because you're just going to be that much stronger. All right, we're in level 44. This is easy. This is where you want to be. This is where you want to be. Enemies level 98. For me, this isn't really where you want to farm experience. You want to make sure that enemies are at least 3 levels higher than you. So I probably should be doing something around a 50. For anyone who's not level 100, obviously you wouldn't be doing this, but you always want to make sure enemies are at least 3 levels higher than you if you want to maximize your experience gain. Man, we're just moving, baby. It was cruising, moving and cruising. We got the key. Got the key, baby. Yep. Sad day. RIP Death Trap after this. I gotta do it. I gotta fight Uber Lilith. I gotta use a Poison Imbuement build. It's just not gonna happen with the Death Trap. Alright, and you're schmelting. And you're schmelting. Animus, of course. It's better. Better to slay all enemies, that's for sure. But I really like the buffs to Nightmare Dungeons. They gave him quite the buff in experience. Coming from someone who I spent a majority of my time farming Nightmare Dungeons pre-nerf. Experience was okay. Got up to around 96, and it was literally like fighting a brick wall. But since they buffed the experience you get from Nightmare Dungeons, it's phenomenal experience. You want to pop your elixir? Don't forget to pop your elixir. Don't be a fucking idiot like me, who realize until I was like level 98 that I should have been popping elixirs, and I lost so much time and efficiency because once you reach those higher levels and you're getting more experience from enemies, 5% experience is a massive amount of experience. So make sure you're popping your elixirs when you're leveling, when you're grinding, when you're doing nightmare dungeons. At a certain point, it doesn't even matter what the bonus is to elixir. Just pop it for the 5% extra experience. But yeah, we're fast, we're quick, we're dropping grenades, planting traps, using our death trap, and we're just shredding. I love it. I really do like this version of the build. Now that I'm experiencing somewhat of an end game that's not just a level grind, right? I want to grind for gear, I want to grind for gold, I want to grind for materials like ore and flowers, and like whatever, like animal parts or whatever the hell the rest of the materials are. I want to be fast, I want to do a lot of damage. I also, you know, I have enough damage reduction from my Paragon board and from my other pieces of gear where I can put this in and get a damage buff and not worry about getting one shot, right? Because if you're just in the regular overworld map, if you're in, you know, around like 40 to 50 nightmare dungeons, you should be able to just freely kill, just get free kills and not worry about getting one shot by explosions or getting melted by poison, or, you know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you know, fucking you up, you know, in a nightmare dungeon. You know what I'm talking about, the little rock that follows you around. It's Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, dude, just damage to elites, shadow damage, enemies affected by trap. You know, you deal more the enemies affected by traps, you deal more damage. Just, you know, it works. It's meant for death trap. So if you're running death trap, just pop it in. And it's like, oh, I used temerity. I like temerity. Fuck temerity. Temerity sucks. Eyes in the dark is what you want to be using. Someone is gonna get down in the comment section. What do you mean temerity sucks? What do you mean it gives you like a barrier? It's like so good. Temerity fucking sucks because you have no damage reduction stats on your pants, right? Once you start grinding up higher nightmare tiers, you're gonna get bitch slapped, and then you're gonna be like, I don't know what's going on. I got a barrier from temerity and I'm still getting bitch slapped. It's because you don't get the 4 free damage affixes on temerity that you would on like a basic pair of pants, right? You get damage reduction plus the maximum life, damage reduction from enemies while close, damage reduction from distant enemies, damage reduction while vulnerable. You can get some main stat on it, right? If you're not using Eyes in the Dark, you want to just be using a regular pair of unique pants. All right, but saw the gameplay. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the sub button if you're not subbed. I'll be back. I'll see you guys in a while. Take it easy. Peace.